Good day, everyone. Mr. Ricky Pelongo, the instructor of EDU 7, the teacher in the school curriculum. My dear classmates, my co-reporters, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday class of EDU 7. Our topic is all about the elements of curriculum, society as source of curriculum, and learners as source of curriculum. Before I'm going to proceed, let me introduce to you our learning objectives. At the end of the reporting, EDU 7 students should be able to, number 1, define and cite examples of curriculum elements. Number 2, to be able to explain the role and importance of society as source of curriculum and learners as source of curriculum. Elements of a curriculum. In general, a curriculum has 4 important elements. These elements must be present in all curriculum documents or before a document can be called curriculum. These 4 elements are curriculum intent, content, learning experiences, and evaluation. And here is the figure 1 of curriculum elements. Curriculum intent, content, learning experiences, evaluation. What is a curriculum intent? Is the term used by Print on 1993 to mean the direction that curriculum developers wish to take as a result of participating in the curriculum. It includes the aims, goals, and objectives found in the curriculum documents. Aims are the broad statements of social or educational expectations. Aims include what is hoped to be achieved by the entire curriculum. Goals are statements more specific than aims. Goals are general statements of what concepts, skills, and values should be learned in the curriculum. Usually, objectives are used in making decisions or planning about instruction. And now let's proceed to content. What is content? Curriculum content simply means the totality of what is to be taught in a school system. The content component of teaching learning situation refers to the important facts, principles, and concepts to be taught. These contents must be in line with the learning experiences, and there must be clear-cut objective to be achieved by the end of each respective lesson. It can be in form of knowledge, skills, attitude, and values that learners are exposed to. Content involves subject matter, drawn on the basis of problems, themes, or topics cutting across traditional subjects. Learning experiences include all instructional strategies that are useful for the implementation of the curriculum. This may appear in the form of activities, strategies, methods, or approaches that are useful in implementing the curriculum or in teaching the content. Learning experience refers to any interaction course, program, or other experience in which learning takes place, whether it occurs in traditional academic setting, for example, schools, classrooms, or non-traditional academic settings, for example, outside of school locations, outdoor environment, or whether it includes traditional educational interactions. Student learning from teachers and professors, or non-traditional interactions. Student learning through games and interactive software applications. According to Tyler, learning experiences are the interaction between the learner and the external conditions in the environment to which he can react. It is an activity which may be planned by the class or teacher, but performed by the learner for the purpose of achieving some important learning objectives. Now let's proceed to evaluation. What is evaluation? Includes the different ways and tools used for evaluating whether or not the curriculum intents were realized. Evaluation tools are also used to evaluate the performance of the learners after they have undergone the curriculum. Evaluation essentially is the provision of information for the sake of facilitating decision making at various stages of curriculum development. This information may pertain to the program as complete entity or only to some of its components. Evaluation also implies the selection of criteria, collection of analysis of data. It includes obtaining information for use in judging the worth of program and procedure. It is a comprehensive term and transcends standardized tests covering all means of asserting the results of construction. Evaluation of curriculum is an integral and essential part of the whole process of curriculum development. It is continuous activity and not a tail-end process. Evaluation and planning are complementary processes which occurs almost simultaneously and continuously. Planning is made on the basis of evaluation and vice versa. However, as a separate state, evaluation has its own entity. My dear classmates, at this juncture, let's proceed to our next topic, which is society as source of curriculum. Society is an important source of curriculum. Teachers need to understand the cultural, socio-economic, and political conditions of the people. Understanding the context is important in developing a relevant and responsive curriculum. Tyler on 1949, Nichols and Nichols on 1978. It is useful in selecting curriculum goals and objectives, content, and learning experiences by Taba on 1962, Stark and Latuca on 1997, and Oliva on 2005. There are many changes in the society that need to be considered in the curriculum. Science and technology continue to influence our everyday life as new science findings. New technology, new information come in almost every single minute of the day. The new world of economy has also its own issues and demands. For example, 21st century skills and new forms of knowledge should be developed in the curriculum in order to develop a world-class workforce. In addition, the society is becoming multilingual and multicultural. Developing cultural understanding and socio-cultural consciousness among the learners is becoming a necessity. Other pressing social issues like climate change, security problems, diseases, poverty, and many others also affect the everyday life of people. Educators and schools face the challenges whether they will simply respond to the needs and demands of the society or have education through its curriculum in order to develop or create the kind of society that everyone wishes to have. And now let's have a short reflection. Identify different social issues, needs, and demands that should be considered in the curriculum. The curriculum is normally funded by society through governmental controls. The curriculum will include subjects, knowledge, which is deemed valuable to that society. Children leaving schools will seek job opportunities in the communities or wider society they live in. It therefore follows that what is happening in society should be included in the school curriculum. That said, curricula are not quick to respond to the changing needs and demands of society. So, current issues like there is an immediate need for more scientists to tackle the possibility or more pandemics, or how we must address climate change, or how the school curricula must include more about gender or sex issues, about diversity and equality, or etc., are addressed in future interactions of the curriculum. And now let's proceed to the next question. How these social issues, needs, and demands may influence the curriculum in terms of aims, goals, and objectives, content, learning experiences, and evaluation. The single most important social issue that needs to be on every curriculum is the topic of the globally integrated and totally interdependent world we live in. For further information about learners as source of curriculum, I would like to introduce to you my co-reporter in this topic, Ms. Charmaine Cagas.
As a continuation of our topic, we will tackle about learners as a source of curriculum. Knowledge about the learners is one of the major sources of the curriculum. Although the curriculum content is set by the Department of Education, the DepEd, Commission on Higher Education, the CHED, or the Technical Education Skills Development Authority, or the TESDA. Educators and curriculum developers have tried to align the curriculum to the needs and nature of the student. This process is done when faculty members plan their individual syllabi, unit plans, and lesson plan as an interpretation of the intended curriculum. As students come from different provinces, they have different cultures, languages, learning styles, needs, and types and levels of motivations. The students are also different in terms of socioeconomic status and educational background, either it is a public or a private. For this, the student as one major source of curriculum development models. The TABA 1962, Wheeler 1967, Walker 1972, Beck 1976, Nichols 1978, Friend 1998, Stock and Lotoka 1997, and Oliva 2005. Identify learners' needs and issues that should be considered in curriculum development. So, the need of learners should be considered within the context of their current physical, social, intellectual, and emotional development, and the classroom and school environment, the spatial nature of their communities, a wider knowledge about the health status, need, and physical activity patterns of children, adolescents, and adults in the Philippines. Curricula can be aimed at meeting the needs and demands of the workplace, but the student should always be at the heart of any curriculum designed and planned. To ensure learners are not put at a disadvantage from the outset, the college or university will usually set enter criteria. That said, policies and procedures should be put in place to ensure the needs of the learners will be considered in terms of their abilities and disabilities, age, gender, cultural, and how these factors may influence learning. Discuss how learners' needs, learning and thinking styles, and issues are considered in the curriculum, specifically in the following curriculum elements. The first is aims, goals and objectives, contents, learning experiences, and evaluations. Learner considerations is the first is curriculum intent. This component will include the aims and objectives of the course and the learning's outcomes or objectives that the student is expected to achieve by the end of the course and stages towards the end of the course. The second is curriculum content. The knowledge and skills embedded in the content will be geared to the amount, sequence, and level of knowledge and etc. that the student has to learn. Learning experiences form part of the pedagogies the teacher uses to aid learning. If the course has both a theoretical and practical strand, then the student may undergo an experiential placement. Curriculum evaluation includes the assessment of the learners, which may be ongoing, a formative, and at the end of the course, a summative, along with collecting data from learners about their views and thoughts about the course.